Serial correlation. Serial correlation is basically a time series problem. This happens in a time series data when you are given a data over a period of time, and this is basically when error terms are correlated with each other. In different time periods, they are correlated with each other. So what have you assumed in classical linear regression model assumption? That is covariance of UT US is equal to 0 for T not equal to S. When there are two time periods T and S, then the covariance between them is equal to 0. There is no correlation between them for two time periods which are different from each other. It means that error terms, they are not correlated with each other. But the problem is that this assumption is violated. This particular assumption, this is violated when error terms are correlated. Okay, this is violated when error terms are correlated, and this is exactly the problem of serial correlation. And this violation might occur because of probably omitted variables, could be because of misspecification, of the functional form, or it could even be because of the measurement errors. What are the different examples of serial correlation? That is, how could you relate to what exactly serial correlation could be in the real life? For example, electricity during different season. Okay, electricity consumption, during different seasons. Okay, so in data where you see seasonality occurring quite rapidly, there could be the problem of serial correlation, and similarly it could be a demand for highly seasonalized product. Demand for seasonalized product. So in these cases, the problem of serial correlation might occur. Serial correlation of the first order. So we have the model, which is yt equals to alpha plus beta xt plus ut. Okay, and given that, we are assuming that this error term is following this process, that is ut is equal to rho ut minus 1 plus epsilon t. So ut is dependent upon the one period lagged error term, that is error which occurred in period t minus 1. Say for example, you are modeling the error term in period t, then that error term in period t is dependent upon the error term in period t minus 1. Okay, so what you can find out is that error term is dependent upon, it is dependent upon ut minus 1, it is dependent upon rho, and it is also dependent upon epsilon t. What epsilon t is, I mean, this is also because you will have to find out what epsilon t is by regression. So epsilon t, will have to make some assumptions over the epsilon t, that's called the white noise term. We'll talk about it later. But in general, it is dependent upon, in the first order autoregressive process,